While we're sitting here waiting on everybody else to sign in, let's use that chat feature. Let us know where you're from, represent your school, your high school, your graduating class. What grade are you in? Put that in the chat. We want to know who we're here with. We're so thankful that everybody signed on. So put that in the chat as soon as you can. We want to know where you're from. I see Nova's here, class of 2024. Whoo, wow. I see we have Israel Beckford. No, okay, Israel Beckford from Nova. We have Fort Lauderdale here, high school, Fort Lauderdale High. McFadder's in the house. Piper's in the house. There we go. I see more Fort Lauderdale. Coral Glades, class of 21 in the house. That's what I'm talking about. I see South Plantation in the house. Hello, South Plantation. Welcome. We're glad to have you here. College Academy, of course, College Academy. Hey, Haley, how are you? All right. South Broward. We got South Broward peeking in. Another Fort Lauderdale High School. More Fort Lauderdale. Okay. Kiefer, what's up, Kiefer? Okay, we got Plantation High School. Great. Keep pouring in. We want to know where you're from. We have a lot of information to cover today and a lot of note taking. Oh, Hollywood Hills in the building. I got to give a shout out to Hollywood Hills, Ms. Ramirez. We have a lot of information. Make sure to take out your notepads, whatever you need to take notes. We're going to give you so much information regarding saving money, applying for scholarships, and things that you can do right now to prepare for life after high school. Let me just mute my phone. How about that? All right, Fort Lauderdale High is in the building. We got more Fort Lauderdale. Wow, the Flying L's have flown in. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hollywood Hills. Okay, so let's kick things off. We have 502 Atlantic Tech. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining us as well. So let's get started. This is what we're here for today. This is our scholarship tips and tricks, our town hall that we put together specifically for you. My name is Tron Lepet. I am a proud member of Bridge to Life. Bridge to Life is the local college access network right here in Broward County. As you can see, who are we? What do we do? I think you can read that for yourself. But in short, we're here to give you resources. We're here to ask you questions, identify your needs, and do our best, putting them on our shoulders to deliver those needs. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. We are a platform for your voice to be heard. All right. As you can see in the bottom right of the slide here, you have an opportunity to connect with us. If you have Instagram, please take a moment right now and throughout the duration of this presentation, take a moment to follow us on Instagram. We want you to hear from us, and we want you to receive all the resources we have that we're offering every day, every week, every month. So follow us on Instagram at Bridge2Life SFL, South Florida. We are your local college access network. That's who we are. That's what we do. All right. Let's move right along. We have so much more information to give you today, and I can't wait. We have a special guest speaker coming up, several special guest speakers coming up, and we can't wait to discuss it. Also, attend our upcoming SSN meeting. We have a Student Success Network meeting March 11th. We have these meetings every month. The whole purpose of a Student Success Network meeting is to understand your struggles, your needs, and then again, to find ways to deliver results, resources, and resolutions. We also have our Racial Equity Social Justice meeting tomorrow. All you need to do is email us, okay? Follow us on Instagram. We're going to post that. Email us, sign up, make sure that you're signed up. Oh, there we go. It's just in the chat right now. For our Racial Equity Social Justice meeting, you can email us. We just put it in the chat. It's bridge2life SFL at gmail.com. Bridge2life SFL@gmail.com. Be a part of this, and I'm going to explain why this is so important during my part of this presentation. But trust me, you want to sign on, you want to follow us right now. All right? Okay. So again, I'm your host, Tron Lepet. I'm also an employee at Broward College, Assistant Director for Enrollment. And we have special guests with us today. We have one of your very own, one of your peers. We have Chad Jordan from Fort Lauderdale High School. No wonder everybody's there from Fort Lauderdale High School. That's what I'm talking about. We have Dr. Nancy Whitaker from Broward County Schools. She's one of our district contacts. I call her Mrs. Clutch because she always comes through in the clutch. And then we have an introductory, we have our remarks, we have an incredible keynote, I'm gonna say, from Coach Mo Corker. Trust me, I've heard a piece of her story. I'm gonna sit back and take notes when it's her time, but you wanna listen out for this. We also have some, am I gonna say it now? I think I'm gonna say it now. We also have some cash prizes, some giveaways that we're gonna talk about throughout the night. These are giveaways just for completing scholarship applications given to you by by Bridge to Life. We're giving this money to you. So stay on throughout the duration. I'll probably say that a few times, bear with me. And look at these numbers, they're still increasing. We're so glad that y'all are joining us, but we have a lot of resources to give you, money, information, you name it, all right? So that's our lineup for today. Again, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Bridge to Life SFL. We want that Instagram page to increase, and we want to make sure that you're getting all the information we have to offer. Okay, now, somebody text me, that's funny, thank you. We have Carol Lopez in the building too. What's up, Carol? How you doing, Carol Lopez? Your supervisor of guidance here at Broward County, the district office. So big shouts out to Carol Lopez. If you are a part of those CCCs, those corner nights that they have every week, you hear Carol, she's so involved in the community, and we're just so thankful to have you join, Carol. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep this show rolling. We're doing great on time. I'm proud of myself, doing great on time. All right, let's move on to our next slide here. It's ready. We're getting ready, guys. We're getting ready. We're getting ready. So our next speaker is none other than Ms. Coach Mo Corker. I want you to listen to the story. I want you to listen to what she has to say. Please take notes. It's going to be amazing, and we're just getting started. Coach Mo, over to you.
Thank you so much, Tron. And I want to give a special thank you to Bridge to Life for inviting me on to this phenomenal workshop. You know, when we think about our economy right now, I do financial literacy workshops all over, and it's so exciting to see Mr. Chad Jordan on this as a speaker, because I've actually already spoken with him before in some council meetings in for Lauderhill. So, you know, I want to say, 1.6 trillion. Does anybody know what that $1.6 trillion number means? Well, I hope all 77 of you that I see as participants that are on this workshop do not join the $1.6 trillion tribe, because that is the current ratio or the actual debt that our economy is in when it comes to student loans. So ask yourself, if the goal is to get money, make money, have more money, and be well off, why are we in such debt in our world? Well, because a lot of people are not attending phenomenal workshops just like this, to know the resources, to know the free money that is out there available for you. And the next thing is to implement what is the most important thing I tell anyone in any workshop. It's the mind. You can make all the money in the world, but if you don't have your mindset on a certain and specific goal, if you don't have your mindset to understand how to budget and not overconsume, you live in a world that is based off of over-consumerism of marketing. I'm currently a FIU mastery student in the marketing program. So I can tell you every day there are people that are hired to find out your psychological thoughts, your demographics, your behavioral methods, your journeys, so that they can plug in things to help you be encouraged to spend more money. At the end of the day, money does make the world go round. However, when you have organizations like Bridge to Life and Broward College and your own mentor here, Chad Jordan, and also Dr. Whitaker, these people are on here helping you find the gems that are hidden. Because if someone told you that you could get free money to go to school and they're giving you the roadblocks, I hope you're ready to jump in that Lamborghini. I'm probably dating myself and being a little old because that may not be the up-to-date car right now. But jump in that Lamborghini, get on that journey, and make sure you all, after this workshop, please don't take this for granted. Put some call to action behind this workshop. Do not leave this workshop and not follow through with finding your success for money. I hope that Bridge to Life and Broward College invites me to speak back to you all to help you also understand a more in-depth of how to have a wonderful financial mindset going forward. Thank you. I'm gonna turn it right back over to you, Tron.
Thank you so much. I think you just set the tone perfectly. It's as if you actually saw my presentation and I didn't even send it to you, because we're going to talk about just that. We're going to talk about setting your mindset. That's really what it's all about. It's all about your mindset. All right. Thank you again, Coach Mo. Of course, you'll be back. This will not be the last time. There's going to be plenty of opportunities. Moving right along, we have Chad Jordan that has an amazing opportunity to discuss with you, one of your peers. Chad, I'm not going to hype it anymore. I'm just going to hand it over to you, young man. The floor is yours.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Chad Jordan, and I attend Fort Lauderdale High School, as you all already may know. And I'd just like to talk about Naviance and go over a quick walkthrough of Naviance and the scholarship functionality. And I'd like to also go over my scholarship. But first, let's hit up Naviance. So if I could just share my screen and go to Google here. So are you all able to see my screen right now?
Yes, we are, Chad.
Okay, so first, what you want to excuse me. First, what you want to do is go to Google, Bing, whatever you use as a main web browser. And I usually go to the search bar. I usually have it typed in. All of you should be very familiar with Clever. So you're going to want to type in Clever. Excuse me for me not being able to spell. So Clever, and log in as student. And all of you should be very familiar with Clever, because this is what you use every day to log into Canvas, check out Pinnacle, and everything else. So as you can see, I have Naviance as one of my favorite resources because I do go on it. And if you do not see Naviance as a favorite, you're going to go down to My Applications, and you're going to see Naviance right down here. It might be in a different location, but you're going to want to click the heart, and it'll pop up on your favorite resources so it is easier to access. Next, you are going to sign in or click the little application for Naviance, and Clever will just, do that little pencil writing in the book and sign in for you. So as you can see, this is the welcome page for Naviance. And while Naviance offers so much information, especially about colleges, they offer your personality test, whether you're an introverted person, extroverted person, like what your career interests are. We are going to focus on the scholarship functionality. So what you're going to want to do is head over onto the colleges, which is in the top right corner. And you want to go to all the way down, to scholarships and money. And notice how it's at the bottom here. And what you're going to see is that there are 3 scholarship categories: the scholarship list, which is, in my opinion, one of the most important, the scholarship applications, which is also important, and the national scholarship search. That is the big boy right there. But I think that the most important one is the scholarship list. So we're going to head over to here. And as you can see, I think this is just like kind of recent, because I didn't see this like the last, maybe like a couple months ago. I don't remember this, the college specific scholarships being on Naviance. As you can see, there are a wide variety of institutional scholarships. And if you do not know what institutional scholarships are, they are scholarships that are offered by the college or university that you're going to go to. They can be merit-based. Usually they're mostly merit-based, but they can also be scholarships based on different things. So these show you all the institutional scholarships, and you can filter and you can put in your ACT, SAT scores, your class rank, your GPA, and these will automatically match you with scholarships, with institutional scholarships that you are potentially able to receive. So since I haven't done the SAT or ACT yet, I'm just going to say that my GPA is at 3.87. I'm just going to leave it as the standard here. And let's say that I was interested in Russell Sage College. If I wanted to know more about the college, if you can see my mouse cursor, I would click on Russell Sage College, and it would take me to like the overview and I'd be able to get all the information on the college. But we're focused on the potential merit-based scholarships that I can earn. And as you can see, I can earn 14 estimated 14 to 20K a year. So we're gonna click here because that's a good amount of money. So Naviance is gonna take me to a separate page. And as you can see, here are the awards or scholarships that they offer. And as you can see, I qualify for the Presidential Excellence Scholarship, which is 14 to 20K, which was shown. And I'd have to have a GPA of 3.6 to 3.89. That's the GPA that Naviance recommends you having. Like, they think that if you have a GPA of that standard, you'd be able to receive the scholarship. And as you can see, they have other awards or scholarships that also will make you money. And as you can see, these aren't the only ones. If you want to learn about additional scholarships, you would click here and you would be taken to a different link. But as you can see, I have the potential to make 14 to 20K in per year. And imagine, as you can see, the tuition is 29K. Imagine if I got Bright Futures, 100% Florida academic scholars. That's tuition gone. And all I had to worry about was annual room and board and maybe some in books and like anything else, which would probably like add up to like maybe 15K at most. And I'm making 14 to 20K per year off of a scholarship, institutional scholarship. I'd be in a pretty good boat right there. So that's why institutional scholarships are really important to look at, especially if you're interested in going to a school. I feel like that's one of the #1 things that students should be doing, is looking at the institutional scholarships offered, because external scholarships that's what it's all about. It's all about applying for those external scholarships, but those internal scholarships are key to possibly making this much money. And this is just one institutional scholarship out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe more from this college. So definitely something that I find that Naviance offering is amazing. And you can definitely, these are like, as I scrolled up, this is the annual tuition, annual room and board, all of this. You can look at all the financial information here. And then if you wanted to look at the overall college and you want to look at the overview, this is the college, but we're not focused on that. We're focused on the scholarship feature. So this is the cost and this is the institutional scholarships offered. So that's one thing Naviance has to offer, which is amazing. So I'm going to click out of this. So now you know, go here, go into Naviance, click on colleges and click on scholarships in the scholarship list, and you will be taken to the college specific scholarships. But here is the OG, How am I doing for time, Tron? Am I good? Am I good?
You're doing great on time, and I'm glad that you're about to go to that big mega. Oh, I see it. You're over it. You're hovering right over it.
Yep,
Go
that's
for it, Chad.
exactly
Go for
where
it,
I was
Chad.
going. This is the OG. This is what Naviance is. This is what I'm familiar with, which is the local and regional scholarships list. Now, I believe, and I may be wrong on this, I believe that the Brace, if you get your monthly Brace bulletin, if you're in contact with your Brace advisors, which if you're not, then you kind of need to change that, students. If you need to get in contact with your Brace advisors. But I believe that this list from Naviance are this list of scholarships are the scholarships that are used on the Brace bulletin, and this gets updated. It's not like this is scholarships from 2018, 2017. These get updated, and they tell you the deadlines, when they were updated right here, as you can see on the right hand side, when they are updated. And they have how many scholarships right now? Do you see this? Look at this number. 1,345 scholarships on this list right here. Do y'all see how many scholarships? 1,345. And here's something awesome here that I think is also relatively new. They also added filters. So let's say I wanted to find a scholarship that was, I don't know, let's say I'm into STEM and engineering. Look at this. I've got 54 scholarships right here that are based around engineering, STEM engineering, BMW SAE engineering scholarship. Look at this. And as you can see, some of them are past due, so maybe not 54 scholarships, but as you can see, there are still a really good amount of scholarships that are out there for engineers. So that's the category search. You can search for art scholarships, automotive, aviation, business, etc. I think you understand the point. You can also search, I kind of skipped over this. If you are interested in one scholarship, you can search maybe Juno, but they don't have that scholarship. But that's just if you're interested in a certain scholarship that you saw and you just can't see it here and you want to make sure if it's here or not, you can just search.
Hey,
Eligibility?
Chad.
Yes.
Chad, I'm sorry. Could you do me a favor, Chad?
Yes.
Could you type in social media in the keyword search?
Social media.
Okay, so we have 60 scholarships right there that are in reference to either using social media or students that are interested in a degree that aligns with social media, digital fluency, for those that came to our YouTuber conference. Just wanted to point that out. And then Chad, you're about to go to requirements. And I think I know which button you were gonna focus on the requirements. So let me mute and let you finish.
All right. So well, actually, I was going to go through eligibility real quick. So as you can see, they have the eligibility. You can check if you're a ninth grader, how many scholarships, and you see the number changes, but not much, not by much. So these are the scholarships. You can mark, filter if you're based on grade level. And here are the requirements section, and there's two. You have the essay required. So if you want to write an essay for a scholarship, if you're looking for essay scholarships, you see that filters it down to 729 scholarships. So those are the essay scholarships where you're going to have to write an essay. And here are the service required scholarships. And you can see there's 99 scholarships. So that's really whittled down here. But these are just the two requirements that Naviance offers for you to filter through and see what scholarships, whether you want to do an essay required scholarship or a service required scholarship. And you can even go through and like the You Deserve It scholarship. I know that's through Scholarship Owl. I'm pretty sure you just get that from signing up with Scholarship Owl. So that's technically a no essay. As you can see, there's the Be Bold No Essay scholarship. So there's some no essay scholarships hiding in there, and you're going to find that quite helpful for the upcoming challenge. Anyway, so that is the local and regional scholarships section of Naviance. So we covered the college-specific scholarships and the local and regional scholarships. I expect you after today to go in and do the research and find out what scholarships you can apply for. And Tron, if I'm done with time, then that is all good. I showed them the important part.
Chad, first of all, thank you very much. For those of you that know Chad, that attend Fort Lauderdale High School, can we give Chad a big round of applause, please? Because Chad just kind of did this voluntarily, and he is so good at talking scholarships. You can earn lots of money through bank scholarships as well. And by the way, students, this is a network opportunity. So you heard Coach Mo say that she works for Comerica. She's kind of the Florida branch manager. I know I may have twisted that around, Coach Mo, but if I were you students, I would try to network with Coach Mo as well as Chad. Chad, tell us really quick about your scholarship team, your scholarship endeavor, please.
All right, I got you. Can you hear me? I'm good. I'm right.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, so I do also have a scholarship club. I'm the founder of the scholarship club, and what I try to do is inform students like you about the multiple opportunities out there for scholarships, like institutional, external. I also go over and define those terms, define local scholarships, try to help you all like find local scholarships that you can apply for, scholarships with less competition, scholarships with more competition. I just go everything scholarships. And I just give my advice about them, as well as the programs that'll help you make money. Like, I know this is past, but the Bank of America Student Leaders Program, QuestBridge is out there. I know that's a hot topic among juniors. QuestBridge is out there, and seniors. I'm pretty sure there's one for seniors as well. And I know you heard the phrase, there are millions of dollars of scholarships that go unclaimed each year. And, that's true, but many of those scholarships don't apply to some of you. So those millions of dollars, maybe only 500K applies to you, or you never know. Some scholarships are specific. So I try to help you find the specific scholarships that you can apply to, so you can actually have a chance of making that money. So every first and third Tuesday, just talk about scholarships, talk about bid. We have invite guest speakers. Like next week, I'm having Miss Shedley Cassius. I don't know if you know her, at the scholarship plug herself, dropping by next club meeting, March the 2nd, to give my students some invaluable information about finding the time to apply for scholarships. Because I know during this time, it is ridiculously hard to find time to apply for scholarships. Because I know if you're a junior, you're focusing on SAT, ACT, you've got these AP classes. And if you're a senior, you're probably focusing on these AP classes, or maybe you have ACE classes or IB classes, and you're just trying to manage that time. So that's what we're going to be going over next week. So if you want in on that meeting, you can hit me up on my Insta at Chad_JXDN, or you can hit me up through my email at ccjordandevelopment@gmail.com. Thank you very much.
Chad, what time is that meeting next week and what day is it?
That meeting will be March 2nd at 3:30 p.m.
March 2nd, 3:30 p.m. The Scholarship Club is in the building. Chad Jordan, somebody said Chad the GOAT. I mean, hey, you know, you're making a case for yourself, Chad. You're making a case for yourself. Chad, thank you so much for your time today. I hope you can stick around. I know Chad is a busy man. He's actually going to be flying out soon or going. Chad's a busy man. He's wanted all over the U.S., the world. So we are going to promote that. Chad, please put your Instagram in the chat so we can share that with everyone. And by the way, before I go any further, I must admit, we continue to increase in our attendance right now. And y'all, I'm getting a little choked up, like all jokes aside, I'm really getting a little choked up because this just means so much to us. We put this work together for you. We work tirelessly for you. And the fact that y'all are turning up and showing up like this, like, anything you need from me, anything you need from Carol Lopez, anything you need from your brace advisors, Coach Mo, anyone else that's on the line, please don't hesitate to ask us for an email address. I already gave my email address to a father in the chat. So whoever's on the line, we're here for you. So please, like, we're so impressed and thankful that y'all are taking time out. I'm sure you're zoomed out, but here you are learning more. All right, let's move on. We have another slide, and we're going to show this slide right now. So let's move on to that next slide if we can. Here we go. It's happening. It's happening. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's talk about this scholarship challenge. I'm going to keep this up for like literally 5 seconds and then I'm jumping into my presentation. We're offering a scholarship challenge, ladies and gentlemen. 20 or more scholarship applications by March 31st, by the end of March. We need 20 or more. Here's what you need to do. You'll receive the top prize is $100, $20 gift cards for the next 4 scholarships, for the next 4 students that have applied for the most scholarships. Include Bright Futures. Yes, we want to see that you've applied for Bright Futures. All you need to do is email bridgetolifesfl@gmail.com. In the subject line, you see what to write: B2L Scholarship Challenge, plus the number of scholarships that you've applied for, and then attach a Word document with all of your scholarship confirmation pages. So as soon as you fill out the confirmation, as soon as you fill out the scholarship and it says, yes, confirmed, then you're good to go. Take a screenshot of that, paste it in Word, keep an ongoing attachment. We're giving you money to go find money. It doesn't get any better than that. And if you sign up for this challenge, you better make sure that you sign up for Bridge to Life SFL on Instagram, okay? All right, we're gonna take that off. We're coming back to this challenge and I'm gonna give you some more detail. Someone's asking for my email address. So you know what? I'm gonna put my email address in the chat. There you go. Somebody wants to network. That's what we're all about here.
And Tron,
all right.
Did you see that Mo is gonna match that $100 prize?
What? Whoa, Mo, wait a minute, Mo. Wait a minute. Are you Mo, are you serious? Okay. Are you serious, Mo? Okay, 2 thumbs up. Wow. Y'all, listen, we didn't expect that. Mo, bless you. Bless you, Mo. Bless you. We're giving y'all Mo money. I mean, not Mo's money, but Mo. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. All right. Let's jump into the presentation this evening. Listen, we're right on time. We have 30 minutes. I currently cannot share, so I need to drop out so I can share my screen. There we go. So I have 30 minutes. We have about, how many folks do we have on the line? We have about 79 on the line. I need 29 minutes of your time, not even. We're going to go through some information here, a lot of information, and I want to make sure that everyone can see it and understand it. Excuse me, I know my screen's all over the place, but don't worry, I'm going to pull up my presentation now. Here we go. Someone confirm that you can see my screen. Colleen, can you see it?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so let's jump into our presentation for this evening. Applying for scholarships. Where do we start? What do we do? Okay. First of all, I want to give Chad a shout out. He kind of stole a little bit of my thunder, but not really. The types of scholarships. Let's make sure that we understand what these scholarships are. So we have institutional awards, we have FAFSA, and then we also have private awards, those external awards that Chad was talking about. Institutional awards are very simple. A need or merit-based award provided by a college or university. I'm going to go in a little bit more detail throughout the presentation. FAFSA, funding that is available exclusively to students attending a post-secondary educational institution in the United States, and then private awards. I'm going to save that for last. All right. What do committees look for when you are applying to scholarships? Does anyone know what committees look for when you're applying to scholarships? If you do, drop that in the chat. I also have some bullet points up here to discuss with you. But if you know what they look for, you've applied to scholarships and you've earned some, drop that in chat. As a matter of fact, while you're adding that, I want to know if anyone has applied for scholarships, and if so, how many have you applied for so far? Freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, put that in the chat as well. I want to know how many of you applied for. And if you haven't, don't worry, by the end of this presentation, we're going to give you all the confidence and information you need to do so. All right, let's start with the first bullet point. What do committees look for? Attention to detail. I think that goes without saying. If you're applying for a Nike scholarship, make sure you don't write Reebok on the application, right? So attention to detail, make sure that your essays are well written, you use Grammarly or whatever you need to proofread it, and we go from there. Accomplishments. What sort of accolades and awards have you received while you've been in high school, right? And that's going to tie into something else on this list, but they want to know what you've been awarded for. By the way, here at Bridge to Life, we do give away some awards. We're going to have a award ceremony coming up very soon in March, I believe. So for those of you that are looking for those awards, stay tuned, join us, follow us. All right, development and congruence. What is congruence? Basically, consistency. How are you developing yourself? Are you getting involved in school and other organizations? And are you being consistent in that? It's one thing to get involved, start and stop again, but showing consistency, showing that you're committed to it. That's something else that these committees are going to look for. Moral principle and integrity. Essentially, all that means is, are you volunteering, right? And y'all know about volunteer hours. You know the importance of that. Oh my goodness, by the way, Bridge to Life also offers volunteer hours just for showing up to meetings, participating in meetings, leading student groups, leading student-led projects. So if you want volunteer hours, you can get probably 2 to 4 every month just by coming to our meetings, and more than that. So just throwing that out there. Ambition. They want to know how ambitious you are. Are you trying to take over the world? Of course, do that, be ambitious within reason. We want you to focus on your studies. And then last but not least, academic distinction. Are you taking any honors courses? Are you taking AP courses, IB? Are you a part of dual enrollment, which I'll get to in a second. Okay, extracurriculars. So I talked about this earlier. What's going to separate you from the pack? All right, let's say everyone on this line, all 80 plus of you, let's say 80 of you applied to the Tron Lepet Scholarship. All of you have a 4.0 GPA unweighted, and all of you have the top highest test scores in the ACT, SAT, college placement exam. Well, what's going to separate you? This is what's going to separate you. Your involvement in student clubs. Is anyone here a part of the Key Club? Anyone here a part of Mentoring Tomorrow's Leaders? Anyone here a part of National Honor Society? The list goes on and on. Community service, that's going to separate you. Are you volunteering your time, as I mentioned? Internships and jobs. Yes, believe it or not, high school students can apply for internships. They are available for high school students. And then, of course, there's sport clubs. That's always a great thing to be a part of. But these extracurriculars are truly going to separate you from the pack. For those of you that are home and you have extra time on your hands, I implore you, I beg you, it would behoove you to join those student clubs, all right, as many as you can. Let's take a look at a high school resume. This is from Resume Genius. And I want to key in on 3 specific areas. We'll start over to the left. volunteer experience. By the way, if you don't have a high school resume, I would start writing one. If you need help, you have brace advisors, parents, a huge support team that can help you with it. But this to me is an outstanding high school resume. If your resume looks like this, kudos. If it doesn't, you have time to work on it. Volunteer experience, bottom left. As you can see in this particular example, this person was an information desk assistant from 2018 to present. So that's 2.5, 3 years worth of experience right there. If you look up at the center, we have key skills. Does anyone here speak Spanish? Anyone here speak Creole? Sakafet? Anyone here speak Patois? Anyone here speak any other language, whatever it is? List that as a key skill. Companies want to know. Anyone here have an amazing typing ability? Are you proficient in Google Suite? Are you proficient in Microsoft? Chad Jordan, great speaker. Chad can list public speaking as one of his skill sets. He can list facilitation, group facilitation as one of his skill sets. Add that to your resume. It builds your resume, okay? And again, this is gonna help separate the pack. And then at the bottom, as I mentioned before, extracurriculars. Are you a part of MTL? And if you are, what about the ambition? Remember I talked about ambition? Are you the president of MTL? Are you the vice president? Are you a secretary? That's going to separate you from everyone else. So if you don't have a high school resume, please work on one. You can use this as an example. You can go to Google, of course, and find all kinds of examples, but make sure that you're getting involved in those clubs and activities. Bridge to Life also looks great on a resume. I can't help, I gotta plug it. I'm sorry, it's just what I do. Okay, so this is a great example. I'll give you about 5 seconds to take a screenshot, take a picture of this, use it. And by the way, this resume is kind of split in half just so I could fit it on the PowerPoint. So that's why it looks really long, really wide. All right, moving right along. I mentioned dual enrollment. I have another question for you. If you are in dual enrollment, I need you to say yes in the chat. I need anyone and everyone that's involved in dual enrollment to put a yes in the chat. I want to know who I'm working with, what my audience looks like. Okay, I see the chats pouring in. That's great. That's great. I need to know who you are. We want to know who you are. Awesome. Awesome. Keep them coming. What is dual enrollment? Well, I could easily read this, or I could call on somebody else to read it. Let's see. Haley, are you there? Haley, are you there? Yes, I'm calling you out of nowhere, but you're the first student that popped in. Haley's one of our most committed B2L members. We also have some others that are on here that are very committed. Haley, would you do me a favor? Would you read this and explain what dual enrollment is to your peers, please? Oh, maybe Haley's not there. Well, I'll read it anyway. So dual enrollment is an accelerated program that allows secondary students to take post.
She can talk now.
Oh, Haley, go for it. Sorry about that. I think we had
Hi, yeah. No worries. Okay, so dual enrollment is an accelerated program that allows secondary students to take post-secondary coursework and simultaneously earn both high school and college credits, saving both time and money.
Haley, quick question for you. Do you know how much it costs to take dual enrollment courses?
So not exactly sure because they charge it with an out-of-state tuition, but each course is a couple $100 to $1,000. So I'm saving lots and lots of money, but it is completely free to me.
So I put Haley on the spot and she concluded with the right answer right at the end. Dual enrollment is completely free. It doesn't cost anything. Yes, when you go to college and when you're in university, Haley, I know I put you on the spot. Thank you. When you go to college and university, yes, those courses can range anywhere from $300, $400 to thousands of dollars, especially out of state. But that's why you need to take advantage of dual enrollment courses because they are completely free. All right. Yes, we're talking about scholarships, but scholarships are basically just a way to save money. So for those of you who said, yes, you're in dual enrollment, please encourage your peers to sign up for dual enrollment courses. All right, what's the initial eligibility? If I were you, all of my attendees, I would take a picture of this. These are the eligibility requirements: minimum unweighted high school GPA of 3.0, college test scores, and then permission from your parent, school counselor, and principal. Okay, so I just want to make sure that we know what dual enrollment is. Continued eligibility, keep a B or higher. I know it says C, but I want you to be ambitious. Reach for the stars. All right, so that's a little bit about dual enrollment. We have some placement tests and exams. We have some scores listed. I'll give you about 5 seconds to take a picture of this because I want to get into scholarships. This is a way that you can save money. You can save money by doing this, but I want to get into scholarships. I'll give you 2 more seconds. Okay, did you take that picture? Did you take the picture? You did? Okay, great. All right. Dual enrollment versus early admissions, there is a difference. Basically, just focus on the first 2 rows. Dual enrollment is limited to 11 credits per term. Early admission must enroll into a minimum of 12 credits. And then secondly, dual enrollment can be in any grade in high school. Early admissions, you must be a senior in high school. All right, because I know we get that. That's always asked quite a bit. Dual enrollment courses. Essentially, you can transfer those courses to any public college or university, especially in the state of Florida. And the majority of public institutions, US, will accept those dual enrollment courses as well, especially if they're general ed courses. All right, just want to throw that out there. All right, so what are the steps for dual enrollment? I would take a picture of this as well. The first thing you need to do is meet with your guidance counselor to understand the eligibility requirements. You can apply at BC, especially if your school has a contract with BC. Take the PERT exam, college placement exam, if needed, unless you already have those SAT, ACT test scores. Work with your counselor to complete the dual enrollment recommendation form, have your parents sign it, and then boom, you're in. Free courses, college level courses that you can take while you're in high school, saving you money, because guess what? When you start applying for scholarships, there are some scholarships that go in your pocket, and there are some scholarships that go directly to the school of your choice. Now we're getting into the scholarship portion. So my question to you, how much money goes unclaimed every year? Just a general question. I want somebody to put that in the chat. And I'm actually going to take a look at the chat. How much money do you think goes unclaimed? Somebody said millions. Okay, that's cute. Okay, 10 million. Okay, Lewis. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate that. Thank you, Samantha. Okay, 1 or 2 other guesses. Trillions. Okay, so that trillions. Okay, a trillion. Okay, I appreciate those guesses. Billions. Okay. Great. You know, Colleen, I got to tell you, we have a very live group with us tonight. I love this energy. So let's take a look at how much goes unclaimed. Shall we? We shall. High school graduates who didn't complete a federal financial aid application, Carol, this is for you, missed their opportunity for part of $2.6 billion in free money for college. Now, this is according to a company called NerdWallet. They're kind of a trusted company, and it's one of their annual analysis. 2.6 billion. Now, I've heard 2.9 billion. I've heard 2.8 billion. Let's just round up and say $3 billion went unclaimed. The money went unclaimed by 661 members of the class of 2018. 2021, we're not going to let that happen to you. They were eligible for a federal Pell Grant, but didn't complete the free application for federal student aid, also known as FAFSA. And I can't explain and express enough the importance of completing your FAFSA application, the importance of knowing how much money goes unclaimed every year. As a matter of fact, instead of me sit here and talk about it, I have a video queued up for you. I have so many windows open, guys. Don't have your screen looking like mine, please. I have a video queued up for you that I want to show you. So let's get into it. Let me show you guys this video. Give it a second to queue up here. All right.
There were limits to where I could go with an associate's degree. So I decided I was going to dedicate myself to doing a bachelor's degree program.
You saw money on the table and you knew it belonged to no one.
All right, so I'm going to skip past a few of that stuff. I just want y'all to listen to how much money goes unclaimed. It's incredible.
And boy, they were everywhere, truly. Money out there for the taking that no one seemed to be taking. NerdWallet says in 2014, $2.9 billion in free federal grants was left on the table. Not to mention all of the untapped private scholarship cash out there that nobody accesses. Here's how you get it.
Think about what makes you unique and what do you bring to the table and what's unique about your story or your backstory, and write those things down. And those are the things that you search for when it comes to scholarships.
So I did it. I came up with a few things off the top of my head about my daughter. She's deaf in one ear. Well, there's scholarship offers for children who are deaf, also for children who are born with hemangiomas. Now, she also had a hemangioma that caused deafness. There's a scholarship for that too. So outside of academics or sports, there are other ways, a lot of ways that you can get money for college.
And there were scholarships for the left-handed student or the minority student or the female student in STEM or the student who was a victim of their parent was a victim of homicide, or if their parent was a veteran, or if their parent was a cancer survivor.
Here's a scholarship for aggressive scholarship applicants. The person who applies for the most scholarships
Well, aren't we
can
doing
win
the
money
same
for
thing?
school.
We're giving you money to apply for scholarships. We definitely are. So I want to go back to this PowerPoint, and before I go any further, we have Nancy Whitaker on the line. Nancy, if you're still there, you shared some information with me earlier today about the number of scholarships that students have applied for, especially seniors, through Naviance. And if I'm not mistaken, Nancy, please correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm not mistaken, as of right now, seniors, get ready for this. As of right now, class of 2021 has only applied for less than 80 scholarships. Nancy, was that right? Did I see that correctly?
You are
Nancy?
absolutely correct. You don't have to borrow my glasses for this one. The numbers are very low.
So Nancy, you mean to tell me that in Broward County, a county that graduates tens of thousands of students every year, you mean to tell me that less than 80 scholarships have been completed through Naviance?
It's hard to believe, right? Like all that free money just sitting out there. Those scholarship people are begging us to please tell students to apply for our scholarships.
Okay, all right, Nancy.
Don't stress. Don't stress,
Nancy,
Tron. I understand. It's a lot to take in at one time.
Nancy, you got it. Okay, seniors, hear me and hear me well. Nancy just said it. She hit the nail on the head. These scholarship donors want to give you money. Insight into the psychology of a scholarship donor, they look at us, they look at you as charity. They say, if I can help, Tron Jr. go to college, then I can get credit for that and use it as a tax write-off as well. So they allocate funds every year for scholarships. The fact that only 75 applications have been submitted blows my mind. And Chad just showed us that there's 1,345 applications just in Naviance. Carol loves this story because I tell this story all the time. A young lady who graduated from Deerfield Beach High School earned $40,000 through Naviance. She applied to 60 to 70 scholarships just in her senior year. Half of them she wasn't even eligible for, but because she was the only student to apply. Kind of like right now, they just gave her the scholarship. Didn't meet the GPA requirement for some of them, wasn't even the same scholarship criteria, but she was the only one to apply. So students, especially those of you that are on this call, that are on this meeting, you have an advantage. We've given you some information that not everyone else knows. And that information is 75 out of currently 1,300 applications have been completed. There are 1,300 applications, 1,200 applications remaining with your name on it. Okay, I'm moving on. We're going to get into some FAFSA talk, and then we're going to talk about how you can prepare to make the scholarship application process easy, swift, simple. First, financial aid. So as you know, filling out the FAFSA application is very important if you want to go to school. Even if you say, well, my parents make a lot of money, that's fine. This is important. Why is it important? Okay. So number one, scholarships. A lot of scholarships will ask if you have a FAFSA on file. That's just a fact. A lot of them do. Number two, grants. We all know the difference between grants and loans. If you don't, a grant is money that is given to you. It is granted to you. Loans are money that you have to pay back plus interest. If I give Chad $100 to go to school, he's got to give me $110 back because I need a little interest for giving him some money. And then work study. Work study is another way to make some money. Work study is where you work at a college or university. You make about $10 an hour. You work 25 hours a week. In most cases here in Florida, that's the case. But in order to know if you're work study eligible, you have to complete the FAFSA application. Now, with work study, by the way, it's paid for by the government. So that money comes from the government. The college isn't paying it. So essentially, you're free work for the college. That's why you need to fill out the FAFSA application. And we want to lower that number of 2.9 billion. We want to drop that as low as possible. Okay, institutional grants. So think of institutional grants as this: tuition discounting. If Tron University is going to give you a scholarship that says $20,000, congratulations. You can't, however, use that Tron University scholarship at any other university. It's only applicable to Tron University. And all I'm doing is I'm breaking up your tuition. So instead of you paying $10,000 a year, now you're paying $5,000 a year. So I'm giving you a discount. All right, I want to get to the actual activity here before we run out of time. Someone asked the question earlier, how much money can I earn in scholarships? I think this is should be an easy question to answer, literally as much as you want. I'm going to give you an example. We're limited on time here, but I'm going to push through and give you this example, and then we're going to go back to this presentation and we'll finish up. Here is an example of a brother and sister combo who have applied for some scholarships. And I'm just going to save the rest for the
Memorable moments today at Miami Central High School. It was academic signing day.
And among those in the spotlight were twins from Nigeria. CBS 4's Carly Barnett has their story.
I feel like today is a day for me to be grateful and also to thank those people who have made me, come this far.
It's academic signing day at Miami Central High School, a day to recognize seniors who have been accepted to college on some serious scholarships.
I watch the news, I watch about people who get scholarships, and I can never believe I would get this far too. So it was just, an inspiration to me and a driving force to always pursue my dreams.
Twins, Khalida and Khalid Gawan, are among those recognized.
We moved to Nigeria when I was a little kid, and I spent most of my years in Nigeria. And then I came here at age 14. First, when I came, it was a little bit hard to assimilate because I wasn't used to the culture and everything.
And they're only 16 years old. They both want to enter the healthcare industry. Khalid wants to be a pharmacist and Khalida an OBGYN. Khalid and his 4.0 average earned him more than $360,000 in scholarships, and his sister's 4.4 average more than $1 million.
We have two students here. Both of these students that I'm going to call for you at this time, both have amassed more than $1 million.
Okay, that's all I wanted to show you in regards to that video. I just need you to know that it is possible for you to earn scholarship money. And by the way, we're going to get into some scholarship searches right now. This is the activity portion of the presentation, but it is possible for you to earn millions of dollars in scholarships. Here's the thing. A lot of these scholarship donors, these external donors, outside sources, they will give you the money as soon as you graduate high school and identify a school that you want to go to, register. They'll say, okay, Nancy, we see that you're going to FSU and it looks like you've registered for classes. We're going to issue your check or we're going to direct deposit the money to your account. Spend that 10 grand how you want, spend that 5 grand how you want. All right, here's what I want us to do for 5 seconds. I need everyone, and I mean everyone on the line, to list the scholarship databases that you are familiar with. I've already have some listed here in front of you. You can take a screenshot of this, but I need everyone to share those scholarship databases that you know of, that you're currently using. Share that. Students who don't know of them, go to the chat right now, copy it, paste it, write it down, take a picture. Everybody needs to share this information with one another. This is how we spread the wealth, literally wealth. All right, so I see the chat is blowing up. This is great. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, y'all have been an amazing audience so far, and we're almost done, okay? All right, so we have that. Now let's think outside of the box. Let's think about some scholarships that you may not have considered before, right? Actually, before we do that, let me help you with applying to scholarships. This is key, and I need someone writing in the chat. So maybe somebody from Bridge to Life, Carol, if you can do this for me, or anyone else that's on the line that can write this in the chat. Usually when you apply to scholarships, there are 3 essays or 3 scholarship questions that they're going to ask you. And I want everyone to pay attention to this. This is key. There's 3 scholarship questions that they're going to ask you. The first one is a bio. They want to know everything about you, your ups and downs, highlights, lowlights. What are you thankful for, right? So talk about yourself. That's essay number 1. Essay number 2, career goals. They want to know, what are your career aspirations? All right, what do you want to study when you go to college? Essay number 3, they want to know, what are your dreams and aspirations? Do you want to rid the world of COVID-19? I do. All right, so here's what's going to help you when it comes to applying for scholarships that require essays. Key information. Write those 3 essays. Write an essay, 500 words, about you, describing your ups and downs, what you've gone through, especially if you're from another country, you've come here. Write a 500-word essay about your career goals, and write a 500-word essay about your dreams and aspirations. Here's why that's so important. When you start applying to scholarships, especially those that are going to take on our scholarship challenge, it's a matter of numbers. It's all a numbers game. The more scholarships you apply to, the better your chances are of earning money. So with those 3 essays, you'll basically cover all of the scholarship questions that you're going to encounter, at least most of them. So now what do? You have those 3 essays written. Okay, you see a scholarship question that's asking you something close to it. You just kind of change the wording around a little bit, change the verbiage. You don't have to write a new essay. It's already there. The foundation is there. Change it up, switch a few words, make sure the title and the subject matches, finish the application and send it on, okay? Those are the 3 essays. I would encourage everyone to write that when you have some time tonight, this weekend, whatever. Knock those 3 essays out. It'll help you tremendously. It'll cut down the amount of time it takes to apply to one scholarship. It'll cut it down tremendously, all right? Those 3 essays. Okay, let's think outside of the box. You guys have been a great audience. You've listed scholarships in the chat. There are more scholarships. You probably didn't even think about this. Bloomingdale's, Kohl's, Target, Macy's, Bed Bath & Beyond, Crate & Barrel. If you go to Google and you type in one of those brand names and add the word high school scholarship behind it, chances are they're going to offer you a scholarship. Burger King, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, KFC, DQ, McDonald's, Arby's, Subway. Again, type one of those brand names into Google and add the word high school scholarships. You'll be surprised what you find. I dare anybody to do that right now. But there are even more scholarships to go. Clothing scholarships, beverages, whether it's Fendi, Gucci, Ralph Lauren, you name it, it's there. I have the list right in front of you. 7-Up, Mellow Yellow, RC, Sunkissed. Type those names in Google, add the words high school scholarship behind it. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find a scholarship offered by one of those companies, okay? So I've given you some steps. I've given you steps in order to apply for scholarships. I've given you a way to think outside of the box. Nancy gave us some incredible information about how many scholarships are just sitting there chilling in Naviance, waiting for somebody to apply for them. 1,200 just chilling. Chad already promoted the Naviance and his scholarship plug committee, his scholarship team, rather, sorry. Now, I want us to focus on our scholarship challenge. So I'm going to stop sharing and I want us to bring up that scholarship challenge page and then we're done. And I'm telling y'all, y'all have stayed on for this entire time. We owe you more information on this. So let's bring up that scholarship challenge slide. Okay, here it comes. Again, just for applying to these scholarships, we're going to give you money and Coach Mo's going to match it. So let's read it over. 20 or more scholarships. You have to apply for 20 or more. So we're looking for more. The top prize will get $100. Coach Mo is going to match that. 20 gift cards for the next 4 students who have the most scholarships applied for. We want you to include Bright Futures. You have to email us at bridge2lifesfl@gmail.com. And in the subject line, you see what the subject line is. And then we also we need you to create screenshots of those confirmations. The deadline is March 31st. Very good point. Does anyone have any questions before we close? If you do have questions and we don't have enough time to get to them, we put our Bridge to Life. Can you stack multiple scholarships so they can earn money from? Yes. The answer to that question is yes. You can stack as many scholarships as you want. I'm going to put my email address in the chat. Can we list scholarships that we applied to previous? So we want scholarships. That's a great question. We want scholarships that you're applying to starting today. So not the ones that you applied to last year. Yes.
No, include the prior ones. We want to see
Oh,
those.
I'm sorry. Include, yes. So you can include prior scholarships. I'm sorry. You can include prior scholarships. Absolutely.
And Alexis, if you're too young, you don't apply for Bright Futures. That's fine. If you can't include Bright Futures, understand. That was a suggestion. Okay.
All right. I'm putting my email address in the chat. If anyone has questions, please contact me. You guys, please follow us on Instagram at Bridge2LifeSFL and join us at 6 for financial budgeting. All right, so we have financial budgeting coming up. Carol Lopez, you want to tell them where to find you?
We got to shut this down. We got.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day. We have a hard stop at 6. Thank you so much for coming up. We appreciate you guys. See you next time.
Okay, great job. Bye, everybody.